Have you ever solved one problem only to create another one? Well, that's exactly what happened to me. Every time we got a heavy rain, all the water running through this area of our property would make a mess. It was washing away soil, creating erosion, and honestly, it looked terrible. So after a lot of thought, I decided the best solution was to reshape the area and line it with rock to keep the water contained in one place. It was a lot of work, but it solved the problem with the runoff. But now we had a new problem. How do we get to the other side? And no, this wasn't going to be the solution. So the obvious answer was a bridge. I started shopping around and quickly discovered that buying one was out of the question. The bridges I liked range anywhere from $1,800 to over $8,000. And that's before shipping. Then after it arrives, you still have to assemble it yourself. No thanks. Besides, where's the fun in ordering one when you can build one? So I grabbed a pencil, sketched out a design, bought some lumber, and started building. And I'll show you if it was worth it and how much I really saved doing it myself. And honestly, it was a lot easier than you would expect. In this video, I'll show you exactly how I designed it, how I chose this shape of the bridge, and how I built something strong enough for wheelbarrows, wagons, lawn equipment, and maybe even a riding lawnmower someday. All while saving me a ton of money. So let's get started. If you've ever thought about building a bridge or needing to build one now, there are some things you need to consider. One of the first decisions you'll need to make is what type of bridge you want. Now, there's a lot of beautiful arch bridges out there, and they're very strong. In fact, I already have an arch bridge on our property, and I really like the look of it. But this new bridge had a different job. This wasn't just a decorative bridge. I wanted something that could be used for heavy work. I needed enough clearance underneath for water and debris to flow through the drainage area. But I also wanted something to cross when moving heavy equipment. So instead of building a flat bridge or a steep arch bridge, I settled on a design that slopes up slightly from each side and then has a flat section in the middle. That flat section serves two purposes. First, it provides enough clearance that I need. And second, if you're pushing or pulling something heavy, you have a level area to stop and rest without worrying about everything rolling back down the bridge. The next question was size. How wide should it be? How long should it be? How much weight should it support? These are all things you'll want to think about before buying materials. For me, I wanted a bridge that could handle more than just foot traffic. I wanted enough width for the wheelbarrows, wagons, lawn equipment, and future flexibility. So I made mine 5 feet wide. That's wider than many decorative bridges you'll see for sale. But it gives me plenty of room to make the bridge more useful for wide objects. The length ended up being 10.5 feet because that's what worked best for this location. The nice thing about building your own bridge is that you're not stuck with somebody else's dimensions. You can make exactly what you need. So I made a quick pencil sketch of how I wanted it to look with the dimensions so I can make a material list of what I needed. One thing I've learned over the years is I would rather overbuild something once than rebuild it later, or worse, have it fail. So I designed this bridge much stronger than it probably needed to be, especially if somebody decides to drive a riding mower across it someday. So once the design was finalized, it was time to start building. For the main support structure, I chose 5 2x10 pressure-treated joists, 1 on each side, 1 down the center, and then 2 spaced equally in between. Now these are ground contact ones, so they're going to last a long time. And the center of the bridge would remain flat. Next, I marked down 2 inches on each side and made a straight line for the angled part of the bridge. To create the under arch, I just used a simple method anybody can copy. I placed a nail on each end and another slightly higher in the center. Then I bent a piece of flexible plastic pipe against those points. That created a smooth arch that I could trace and cut. Now once the first joist was complete, it became the template for the other 4. The frame itself is actually pretty straightforward. Most of the work is simply measuring carefully and keeping everything square. The 5 stringers were laid out evenly across to make the width of the bridge. Then Blocking was installed between them to help distribute the weight and reduce any twisting. As the structure started to come together, you can really begin to see how strong this bridge was going to be. I also add blocking to where the handrail posts are going to be installed. This makes it a lot stronger. Even before the decking was installed, the frame felt incredibly solid. I put temporary stakes just to level it, and then I poured a concrete pad under each side for support. With the frame complete, it was time for the decking. For the surface, I used pressure-treated 5/4 decking boards. They are a full 1 inch thick. Now these are commonly used for decks and they hold up well outdoors. If you want to make it even stronger, you can use 2x6 pressure treated boards. Once the decking started going down, the bridge really began to take shape. Now don't waste your time cutting each one to the exact width of the bridge. Just let them run wild and then make a line, adjust the depth of your saw, and then cut off the excess. It's much faster and makes the edge perfectly flush. This is always my favorite part of the project. You finally start seeing something that looks finished. The handrails were built using 4x4 pressure treated posts and pressure treated 2x4 rails. So I cut each 4x4 to length, then I notched out the bottom so it can fit flush up against the deck. On the top, I just measured down 1 inch and cut the top at a 45-degree angle to give it a better look. When installing the horizontal rails, I just marked down from the top, and then I used 2 clamps on each side to hold it up against the post so the angle's perfect. Then I cut them and screw them on. Now you can use a long clamp on the top to hold it tight if you're working by yourself. To finish up, I sand off the sharp edges, then I'll wait a couple of months to allow it to completely dry before I stain it. Once everything was finished, I couldn't be happier how it turned out. The drainage problem solved, the bridge gives us easy access across the channel, and it looks good. It's strong, and it was built exactly the way I wanted it. And most importantly, I didn't spend thousands of dollars buying a bridge that wasn't designed specifically for this location. So the final cost of everything was under $500, and it took me 3 days to finish because we had rain every day, and I only had a few hours to work each day. If you've ever considered building a bridge on your property, don't let the project intimidate you. This isn't advanced carpentry. If you know how to measure, cut, drill, and drive screws, you can build something like this. So whether you need a bridge for a drainage ditch, a creek, a wet area in your yard, a garden feature, or simply just to improve access around your property, building it yourself lets you customize everything exactly the way you want it. And you'll save yourself a lot of money in the process. So if you've been thinking about adding a bridge to your property, I hope this project has given you a few ideas. And if you can't find the exact tools or the products that I'm using, check the bottom of this video right down here where it says View Products, or scan the QR code up here if you're watching on a TV, and it'll take you right to my Amazon storefront. Just click the category that says As Seen in My Videos, and everything will be there. If this video helped you, hit the like button and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel so I can bring you more money-saving DIY repair videos. And don't forget to share this video with someone that you think this might help. And remember to leave a comment down below. We learn from each other, and this is what this channel is all about: helping you with your repairs, saving you money, and staying safe at it. So thanks for watching. You take care, and God bless.